Daniel, how's it going today, man?
Good, I'm good. Thank God, everything is good.
Listen, I got to talk to you about this this story that is taking over the sports world right now.
Right.
What is being dubbed as the Rich Paul rule. Given that you were the youngest agent to ever sign a player in the NBA, what do you specifically make of this right now?
I mean, I think it's really hard because it takes away opportunities for younger agents who are trying to get into the business, to start recruiting and getting players. So I think it makes it harder for guys who get into the business to really kind of grow.
Who, in your opinion, is out to gain the most from this? Is it the NCAA? Is it the players? Is it current agents? Is it future agents? Who do you think is gaining the most from this?
I mean, it's definitely the NCAA, right? It feels the players. Like, the players can gain if they get paid. So I think the people who are gaining the most right now are the NCAA. They're controlling the players. They're controlling who the players should sign with, which I don't think is right. This was actually an opportunity for them to gain to gain the respect. I think that they were going on in a downwards trend, and if anything, they've had the golden opportunity to do things right, and they've only regressed.
Of course, Rich Paul is the agent of LeBron James, Anthony Davis, a ton of other huge stars. He's not happy. They're not happy. Was this whole thing just created as a result of his success? I mean, is he specific? I mean, we're dubbing it the Rich Paul rule for reasons. Do you feel like he's been so successful that this had to be created as a result of what he's done?
I think this was a culmination of the whole FBI situation with runners and things of that nature. I don't think it's directed towards him. I do think that this year it may be a struggle because they already put the rules out, etc. But I'm 100% sure that there's no way this is going to last more than a year. It's just not fair, and it should be an even playing field. I think that the experience that Rich Paul has had goes way beyond any bachelor's degree. And there's no way he's not qualified to be able to represent players.
Where do we go from here, in your opinion? Where do we go from here? Where does the league go from here? Where do agents go from here?
I think that a lot of agents and players are going to start looking at different avenues, to make it to the NBA and to accomplish their dreams. People are quickly realizing that the NCAA isn't the only alternative and route to get there, and I think players and agents are going to be more inclined to figure out ways to get players in the NBA through different routes, whether it's overseas, whether it's the G League, whether it's internships with New Balance, etc. I think that the most important thing is to find the person, whether it's an agent, whether it's an advisor, whether it's a family member, the person that you trust to help you succeed and to build your career, and not just look at the guys who are in the specific pool and say, oh, okay, who are these guys?
Yeah.
You see Kawhi Leonard, agent is his uncle, and they've had a lot of success together, and they've done a lot of great things, and his uncle, may not have a bachelor's degree, may have, but, he was someone who was in his corner from the beginning and built a relationship over many, many years, not just, a few years span. And I think they need to focus on finding their best, person that they trust and the person that can help them succeed regardless of, their status with the NCAA.